This is my Gender Studies Cultural Artifact assignment, take 3, because I've messed it up so many times. The topic of my assignment is about Perks of Being a Wallflower. I really enjoy this movie, and if you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's very good if you've never seen that. Part of the reason I loved this movie so much is because of how different it is. The characters in this movie are all very different. They really don't give a crap what anybody thinks, and they all love each other for who they are. So the main character in this movie is Charlie right here. He's a freshman in high school who befriends Sam and Patrick, who are step-siblings. And while Charlie is the main character, I'm going to talk more about Patrick later on. Eventually, Charlie falls in love with Sam. Oh, oops. And that's a really great story and stuff like that, so that's a nice thing. It's not what I'm talking about, but the part of this movie I wanted to focus on is partly about Patrick and him being gay, as he is. But another part I want to talk about is something that Charlie got told by his English teacher that he says to Sam later on, and I'm going to relate that to Patrick. So Charlie asks his English teacher, why do nice people choose the wrong people to date? And Charlie was talking about Sam dating this jerk that cheats on her. And the teacher replies with, we accept the love we think we deserve. So I really liked that. And every time I hear it, it just sounds better to me. I thought that would be interesting to talk about in this gender aspect because it's not, the gender part of it's not mentioned in the movie, but it implies a few things that I think about. And yes, it says we choose love based on what we think we deserve, but I think sometimes there are contributing factors. In this film, Patrick is gay, but he's gay with the quarterback, Brad, and that's a secret. Nobody's supposed to really know about that. And Brad's father eventually finds out and totally beats the crap out of Brad. I'm sorry, my friends keep texting me, they're being annoying. And then at a different point in the movie, it comes up again in the high school, and Patrick gets beaten up for that. Charlie comes in and saves him and loves him for who he is and stuff, but still, Brad didn't stand up for Patrick at that time. Maybe it was because he was ashamed, but which is what most people would take from that. But I honestly think that Brad didn't think he deserved Patrick, and he kept it hidden as a result. Maybe he didn't want people knowing, but I think in Brad's heart that's what it was, and that's the relation to we accept the love we think we deserve. Because I don't think that Brad thought he deserved Patrick, because he knows Patrick is a great person, and maybe that's why. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it definitely makes sense to me. I have gay friends, and while I may not agree with some of those things, I think that it's important to love everybody no matter what, and Charlie did that, and he loved him, and even though Patrick loved Brad, sometimes I think that maybe Patrick didn't choose the love he thought he deserved. Maybe he did, I don't know. So that's my first question. If you've ever seen this, then you would know, but do you think Patrick chose the love he thinks he deserves? Remember, Brad never stood up for him. Brad made him keep everything in secret and all this stuff, so just keep that in mind. So did Patrick choose the love he thinks he deserves? Does anybody do that? Is this idea of us choosing the love we think we deserve a real thing? That's all part of my first question. It's just something to think about. My second question is, do you think abusive parents and what they say change who you are or want to be? It's another thing to think about, but I think that it definitely is a contributing factor, and I will go more into that when we discuss it during our final. But my last question is, does our society today make us feel that who we are with may not be who we deserve to be with? Is that a possibility? So, yeah, like I said, it's a great movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it, and I hope you understood what I was saying.